Hi there, this is a tutorial on using the 3D GeoGebra program to find volumes of three-dimensional solids and to just create three-dimensional solids. So first thing you'd like to do here is just click to get extra stuff out of the way. And then what I like to do is start by plotting some points. So you want to click in this tab up here. This is the input bar. And so this is a three-dimensional plane, which means if you're going to plot a point or a coordinate, usually you'd like to use three coordinates, or what's called an ordered triple. So what I could do is plot the point 0, 0, 1, and that gives me a point on this blue axis that would be known as the z-axis, and these red and green would be the x and y-axis. But for the sake of this, we could start out by just plotting a ordered pair so that we're on just the xy plane. That's the red and the green. So let's start out with the point. Let's delete this one first. If you click the three dots, delete. And again, I'm going to click so that this keyboard goes out of the way. I'll start with the point 3, 6. And notice that it's kind of, due to the perspective, it's kind of hard to tell that this is on the third coordinate of the x-axis and then up 6 on the y. And then if you just hit enter, it names the point A automatically. So the next point I want is, I'm going to do 3, 3. And if I hit enter here, it says illegal argument, which just means you need to use parentheses. So one thing that's nice about the input bar is if you just use one parenthesis, maybe the right side, it automatically puts in the left side. And now I hit enter, and there's point B. And I'm going to make a four-sided polygon. So I'll need 4 points. Next point being, how about 6, 3. And then finally 6, 6. Hit enter. And there's my 4 points. A, B, C, D. Now, this is going to be the base of the solid that I'm creating. So the base of our solids are going to be two-dimensional, usually polygons, sometimes a circle. So let's start with, let's use this polygon button. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the left. Click, it says polygon. You can connect A to B. So I clicked A, then I clicked B, and it's still connected to the cursor. And I just bring it to C, click again, still connected to the cursor, click D, same thing. You have to go back to A, because as we know, polygons must be enclosed. And this is the base of my polygon. So now from here, there's a couple ways you can make three-dimensional solids. For our purpose, we'll start with a prism. And so if you go to this icon to the left of the what looks to be a sphere, click. There's pyramid, prism. The one I like to use are the extrude to pyramid or cone and extrude to prism or cylinder. You might notice as you have your cursor on the highlighted icon, at the bottom of the screen, it will tell you directions on how to use the button. So if I want to do a prism, I scroll down to extrude to prism. At the bottom it says select a polygon, then enter altitude. So I click the button, click the polygon, and the altitude I'll start out with is 1.5. That'll be the height of the prism. Click OK. And here's our prism. Now this button on the upper left is always helpful for just moving the screen or moving points around, and it's called the move button. So from here, I can kind of click, hold, and drag my screen around, and that will change my point of view. But I like this one for now, so I'll keep it. But now what I'm interested in is finding the volume. And so the volume is in this fourth button from the right. If you click there, you have a drop-down menu of angle, distance or length, area, and volume. These are all measurements that you can take. So you can measure angles, you can measure distance or length, you can measure area, or you can measure volume. This is a three-dimensional object, so we want to measure its volume. And so highlight the button, click the shape. Usually I try to click somewhere on one of the faces, and it says volume of G, 13.5. And again, go to the move button, and you can not only move the screen or the plane, but you can also just move this label around. Uh-oh, that's not what I want. Okay, so I accidentally grabbed the shape instead of just the label. So one way I can fix that, over in this sidebar over here, if you scroll up to where you see this slider. And this slider controls the height of your polygon. I'm sorry, of your solid. So 1.33 is not what I typed in originally. So I can change this to 1.5, click enter, and now it's back to where we started. But this will also be helpful if I wanted to change the height to say 3. Just delete, type 3, and it automatically tells you the volume as well. That's a nice feature. So let's go back to here, and let's try 6. Hit enter, and I don't know what the volume is. Where'd my prism go? Well, click on the screen, and that will get rid of the extra keyboard. Now you can see that the volume is 54 when the height is 6. And that will conclude this video on finding volumes of prisms, how to create prisms, and just an introduction to using the three-dimensional version of GeoGebra.